And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Brady. Caught by the tight end, Watson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
12 yards on the return that time. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Looking deep downfield. This is caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. On the draw, here's White. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Roethlisberger. He turned that into a nice Gain gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he finds McDonald. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. Second quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1
every single time.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah,
they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To throw is Brady. That's out to his running back, Michel. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal.
Let's get in there. Hey, 66.
From the gun, it's Brady. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Philip Dorsett as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe. That
pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
So we have come upon halftime in the Sunday. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady gives this to White. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
To throw, it's Brady. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Brady going to throw. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Cameron Hayward just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Des Bryant, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to run you over.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. Bryant has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This just a 30. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Back now in Foxborough, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Brady. This is White on the screen. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Brady again. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brady. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Thomas, the 9-year vet. Of course, all those great seasons with Denver. 5 straight 1,000-yard campaigns in Denver. Dealt to Houston at the trade deadline last year, and now trying to work his way back off. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So now the Steeler offense coming onto the field. They'll try to add 2 more. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Now left side on his swing pass. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That throw by Brady, incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Past the 20. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week one, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down. Brady. That's complete to White. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Mark Barron.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Complete to Dorsett. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Steelers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.